artist, that kind of eliminates them. If that person diversified their bonds like Wu-Tang Financial, I would say this person, I would put that person above them because you'd have to rely on that one artist. Like,
all right. So I'm going to say
Okay.
that I would vote that we make this a bracket category. And I'm going to risk I can't vote for just one.
no, it's fine. It's
I,
four.
Okay.
oh, we talking about 4?
Mount Rushmore,
Oh, I still,
I thought we
2010.
got two. I got two. I got Metro and Mustard up there.
To me, and I'm not against doing it as a bracket at all, but just off the top of my head, and this is without going back to like listen and compare. Like to me, I just remember Mike Will Made It being such a huge on everything in the
Yeah,
2010. So that's kind of when
I
I
could
when
put
I
Mike Will up
wrote this
there.
topic down, where my mind first went to is just Mike Will Made It, and not to take away from Kanye, not to even take away from DJ Mustard, but it just hell, Mike Will Made It it felt like he did everything for like a couple of year stretches in there. So, but yeah, I mean, it would be an interesting thing to flesh out a little bit deeper and get into specifics and do a bracket off of it. Go ahead, Marky.
Would
Who
Khaled
produced
be
Travis Scott?
included in this?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the thing. So, Khaled used to produce, and then even if you look at his most recent album, he doesn't even. What does Khaled do? Because he doesn't produce anymore.
Not anymore,
He's
but
a
then he did.
he's a super friend. That's what
Okay.
he is. He's a super friend.
So then, oh, go ahead.
He's a curator. I think Khaled really is a curator.
That's a good
Yeah,
word.
that's fair.
He
So
just
the
gets
people,
people together.
Yeah.
the hit squad that does Rick Ross production. Who's that?
Yeah.
Because that's
That's fair.
Maybach, the whole Maybach team, Meek Mill and the rest of them, they killed 2010 to 2020 with Wale and the rest of them. They were banging too. So I can't take away from that. Just because they didn't make the charts, like if you had a Drake, you're always gonna make the chart. That doesn't anybody who's doing Nicki Minaj's and Lil Wayne shit, you're gonna make the charts. If you're doing Post Malone shit, you're gonna make the charts. You have one artist, but if you have a bunch of artists that you get to work on, that's different. So
Who's behind Travis Scott project?
I feel like
I
he
know
produced a lot of his-
Kanye was on a couple of those too.
Cocaine.
All
I
right.
need it.
So now we're gonna have to let the audience decide.
Yeah.
Vote in the poll below when we post this.
Yeah,
So,
when we post it, yeah. Go ahead.
I got a question though, because I when I read this, it also talked about the hip hop Mount Rushmore. It was Drake, Nicki, Kendrick, and I forgot who the fourth one was. Right, the Mount Rushmore of 2010 as far as hip artists are
As
concerned. It
far
was
as hip
Drake,
artists,
Nicki,
yeah.
Kendrick,
I'll
and
be
I forgot
I'll
the
be
fourth one.
surprised if J. Cole's not up
J.
there.
Cole.
J. Cole.
It was J. Cole.
See, and
yeah.
I couldn't put him over M. I couldn't even put him over Wayne
In the
in
2010s.
2020.
No,
In
Wayne
No.
was
2010?
really
Nope.
Wayne wasn't nothing in the 2010s for real, bro.
From 2010 to 2020, that's what we're saying.
And I
Nothing.
just looked it up. So you asked who
Look it
produced
up.
for Travis Scott. Just going over just skimming through his two albums. There's a lot of Boy Wonder, a lot of Hit Boy, and a lot of Sony Digital on Travis Scott production.
Okay. But I didn't get nothing. The last decent verse I got from Wayne was on the X album.
No,
Well, you're
I
saying in
didn't
the
think that was
2010s.
decent.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let's see what running albums dropped in the 2010s. Let's just take a look. You're talking about now. You switch. You're talking about Mount Rushmore of hip hop artists in the
Right.
2010s, right?
Yeah.
So in the
But he was
2010s,
perceived.
Wayne dropped.
He was.
Wayne dropped
Go ahead.
Rebirth, I'm Not a Human Being, The Carter 4, Free Wheezy, and The Carter 5. None of those motherfuckers hit.
Okay. And he was on M's. He was on M's album, and M was on No Love. There was No Love and the other one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't
Those
put him
aren't
on the
in?
Mount Rushmore for one track in the 20. That's what I'm saying. Wayne
No.
really
Okay.
was so in and out of it on the 2010s.
Okay. But I wouldn't put anyone else above M then, because M was also from 2010 on. He was still heavy. I would put him over J. Cole.
And see, but that's the thing. And I guess it goes back to what you judge your criteria off Mount Rushmore for. Because if you're talking about lyricism, okay, I give that to you. But M's music wasn't like didn't have the mainstream appeal of a J. Cole in the 2010s.
Ain't nobody
Look that
listen to
up.
that shit,
I need you to look
Marquise.
that up. I'm sorry. You got to look that one up for me,
That's
bro.
fine.
We're gonna always have M is always going to be up there if we put it if it's any
You can put
criteria,
M
we're
in
gonna put
any
him up
rap
there because of his
conversation.
lyrics.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Not as far as
for,
bangers. Go ahead.
M didn't have the impact in the 2010s outside of the people who were already fans of his and true hip hop heads. Cole had impact in the 2010s. Like, let's look at M's discography in 2010: Recovery, the Marshall Mathers LP2, Revival, and Kamikaze.
Respectfully.
They were all bigger than everything J. Cole dropped.
No, they were not, bro.
Not afraid.
Come on.
Whoa.
Bro,
So
M was
guys,
not
so
selling
not
like that in the
afraid.
2010s.
Love the way you lie. No love. Are you serious?
Bro, you're
Marquise,
talking
you doing
about
this on
singles.
purpose.
We're talking about albums. It's more than just
more
singles.
albums. M sold more albums than J. Cole did.
But it doesn't matter the
M
number of albums.
can sell more albums.
The features alone that J. Cole had in just 2018 were bigger than any song M had in the 2010s.
Wait. Which albums are we talking about? Because I give him two. I give J. Cole 2 albums.
What you mean you give him 2 albums?
I give him 2 albums.
Give him 2
Forest
albums.
Hill, 2010 to 2020. I give him 2 albums.
What's the 2 albums?
Forest Hill, and what was the one?
Bro, and here's the thing. J. Cole didn't even debut
as a matter
until
of
the
fact,
2010s.
J. Cole.
You can't.
Yeah, so no, fuck that. Before that, no, he had a couple of bangers. No, hell no. You can't put him above M. Are you crazy?
As far as impact,
because his first album,
you have to separate your fandom of Eminem. You have to separate your fandom of Eminem.
I'm not even a fan of Eminem. I'm not even a fan of Eminem.
Bro, nobody was checking for M like they were checking for J. Cole in the 2010s. Nobody.
Eminem was asleep. He was asleep.
Eminem wasn't even happy with most of the projects he dropped in the 2010s.
We're going to have to reference this because we're going to put banger for banger, and we'll see.
Let's table it.
Because, again, I know there's 2 albums in J. Cole's, and the rest of them, I swear to God, it should have came with some chamomile tea because I fell asleep on that shit.
But the thing is the way that you feel about it, nobody can take that away. But that is how the majority of fans felt about Eminem's albums in the 2010s. Yes, he had the hits.
Eminem knew he had some garbage albums. No, he has some bangers, though. J. Cole just had some sleepy time.
I want to hear these bangers. Make me a playlist.
Bro, you are tripping.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Send me that playlist.
Deal.
You're tripping.
I'm going to write this down now.
I would go on record and say that I doubt any Eminem single in the 2010s did as big as Middle Child.
I'm Not Afraid.
I'm not afraid.
I'm Not Afraid was not a huge hit, bro.
Okay.
It's a great song.
Nothing for me.
Okay.
I didn't really like it.
Love the Way You Lie. Friends with a Monster.
Friends with the Monster.
Okay. Sure.
And that's because of who he was featured on that with.
You said none of his singles did bigger than Middle Child.
I still don't think they did. I still don't think that. And Cricket Smile, you can put Cricket Smile up there with any of those.
Okay. We're going to reference this one. I'm writing it down so I can make sure that I share this information. Clipper.
Next up, something that we always talk about, like hip hop and taking care of our veterans. So Snoop Dogg and Russell Simmons have announced a mastermind of hip hop NFT collection, and it's built around helping the pioneers of hip hop. Marquis, I got to come to you first on the topic of this because you talk very often about. You are the historian of the hip hop historian on this podcast. What did you think of seeing this on the topic list in this news?
Oh, well, I got to be honest with you. I truly appreciate this. I think after we saw with Diddy and Black Rob, like we still don't know what happened after that. Like everybody just forgot. Like Black Rob passed, and we were supposed to wait for nothing. I think it's important that
album. That's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? We got another. Yeah. I think it's important that we announce or we pay homage to not just the fallen rappers, but like you said, a retirement or any rapper that has paved the way for artists like Kendrick, Cole, or whoever. And these NFTs are important because we know that a lot of people are buying up the culture of hip hop. We know Nas has the Hip Hop Museum coming, and it's the 50th anniversary. So it's important that these artists are actually taken care of. And if the proceeds do actually go to them, again, that's an investment. That's legacy right there. So I think it's important what they're doing, and I hope that people pay attention and actually kind of overbid for it because of the cause. I'm going to bid on it myself because of the cause.
I feel that. Okay. I feel that, Baylor.
Oh shit! Marquis said the whole thing. He said, "I don't know what else to say after that."
So I will. Let me say something real quick though. I am glad that NFTs have picked back up. I think it lost its allure for a minute because people were abusing what NFTs were and taking the artistic value out of it and making it more of propaganda. They're basically capitalizing on something you could say is unique. When Elon Musk made his first song and said, I'm going to make it an NFT, like, come on, you're diluting what NFT, the purpose of it. You're diluting the art. If an unknown artist creates one piece and he makes it an NFT and he sells it for $100,000, he doesn't have the resources to have a gala, and you're actually giving this young person, woman, man, or whatever, an opportunity to be an artist and explore and expand on their vision. That's what it's about. But when you take these billionaires who basically say Dogecoin and bash Bitcoin just to crash the stock market and then drop an NFT, like, come on, bro, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, but the value of the NFT is coming back. People are appreciating, and I got to give a lot of credit to Tom Brady. His NFT did really well. The most recent one sold really well. And if they keep marketing it this way, there'll be more of an appreciation. And unfortunately, that's what had to happen. So these legacy artists, the NFTs, with their production or their creation of the original art or whatever it is, and it's the proceeds would go, major portion would go to them. Because we don't know their situation. We don't know what they're going through. Especially, we always look at artists as they're rich. They got money. We don't know what the fuck they go through. We don't know how much their entourage costs. You know, their grandma costs, their mom costs, their mom's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some things that you have to take care of when you are of the people. And when you come from legacy like that. So, yeah, I hope our people are getting taken care of. And I appreciate the initiative.
I wonder if Noriega would want to be a part of that. You know how he talked about, he always talked about having a union and taking care of the artists and things like that. So I wonder if he would be a part of that.
Yeah. Him, Irv Gotti, who talked about it one time, trying to get benefits set up for rappers and stuff like that. Mary, what about you?
So first of all, I didn't even know what NFT was until Marquis told me a few months ago. So there's that. But I do think, so on top of being our hip hop historian, Marquis is also our like investing / tech dude too. But I mean, listen, I always love to see it when, the industry capitalizes on something that's trending and making money for people outside of the industry, for lack of a better term. Wink, wink, if you catch my drift. So, yeah, I'm here for it. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm never going to be against anything that's actually helping the forefathers of hip hop, and that's basically what this comes down to, is setting up something to where you can pay the grandfathers of hip hop, and they can still make money and be secure, and hopefully, whatever they need going forward, whether it be money for health or whatever else. And it's just good to see that it comes from two people who are looked at as being forefathers in hip hop as well, from Russell Simmons and Snoop Dogg. So it's great to see that they're creating something for the culture, for everything else, and more power to them for doing it. And hats off to them for coming up with the idea, and not only coming up with it, but executing the idea. Go ahead, Marquis.
So I went to, while I was in London, there's this store called N Clothing, right? And N Clothing, they have these drops. So specific Yeezys or specific Air Force Ones or Dunks or whatever, right? Limited edition. You can be a part of the bid to get one, right? So at the store, you have Supreme, you have all these different brands. And I did notice that there weren't any black people there except me. Go figure. 2 floors, right? So appropriate the culture. Let's be real. If you're wearing clothes designed by and for people, and the money that's being spent on it is a lot more than we're willing to pay for it, instead of saying I'm going to contribute to the culture, why don't you invest in something like this, where the culture actually originated from? So, just in case you're watching the show and you want to know, instead of buying those limited edition Jordans that Travis Scott has from one of the forefathers, how about that? Your money will be actually well spent.
Interesting topic. So Lupe Fiasco came up with this interesting.
Your sound.
Yeah,
Your sound.
What about my sound?
Your sound is horrible.
Is it?
It's like an echo.
yeah.
Echo. It's like Papa Smurf right now. What about my sound?
It's scary.
What about my sound? Like a blue Smurf. Like if a Smurf was in a gang or something. Go try to talk now.
It's like a robot voice.
What about now? Still?
No.
No what?
Yo,
No what?
you don't sound good, bro.
And it's an echo too.